Hey chicken friends, let's talk about waterers now since we went through the feeders just the other day. You guys probably have seen most of these, but we'll kind of go through the evolution of how it goes down. This is the one I'm currently using, but the one most familiar is going to be these two, I'm sure. So this is what you're going to find in your farm and feed stores that have the little containers that screw in. And these are perfect for starting your birdos out so they don't drown. You don't have to put any pebbles in there. It's small enough where they can get a drink and you don't have to worry about them drowning in case they, when they're young, they'll get super sleepy, and if it's warm enough, they could possibly put their beak down in there and drown. So you don't want that. So it's probably still safest to start them out with something like that. And when they get older, you can move up to something bigger like this, but this is extremely messy, especially if you have ducks or something. Chickens aren't bad, but it still gets pretty messy. So what I do is, the best version I've found so far is these little guys. It's just a spring-loaded. They pick at that and dispense just a little bit of water at a time, and then they can get down there and get it. It doesn't leave a floating. For the most part, you don't have water standing in these. There's just a little bit in the bottom when they're done, and it'll evaporate out, so there's no algae growth or anything. It's real easy to install. It's like, they'll tell you in the kit, I think it's like an 11/32 bit. You drill into whatever container you want, and they leave you enough area between the diameter of the drill bit that they recommend and the thread diameter here, so it acts like kind of like a self-threading mechanism. You don't have to thread it, it threads itself. And then there's a washer you put on the inside there, and then just a nut to retain it, a plastic nut. So these are what I'm using right now, and they have worked out the best. They're super cheap. I haven't even had one fail yet that I can remember. Since there is a spring in there that can wear out, and there's seals that can wear out, but for the volume that I'm using them, I don't have any problems. Let's talk about some of the failures I've had with waters. I bought this the other day and I haven't even tried it, but after trying this one, I think this is going to be a fail for me too. I don't have enough chickens to keep up with the standing water problem. So this one dispenses it, and the weight of the water shuts the float off. So once it gets full, it shuts off, and once it depletes, it will fill back up. I haven't even tried this one, and I don't think it's going to work because of this one I have tried. Same idea, same concept, but this guy here acts as like a float. So you got standing water in this thing all the time. And it gets really nasty real quick for me because I don't have enough birds using it. So it's probably a really good product if you have a lot of birds that continuously refresh the water and clean, do enough scraping and getting in there and, to clean it out. But I don't. So that's a fail for me, but it might work for someone else. Before that, I've tried these vertical nipple things. I was just using a Gatorade bottle for a container, and I just siliconed, threaded this thing into the cap and then siliconed it, basically, which worked really well. And the chickens just peck at this nipple, and the water will drip out. And it works well. The downside is I would only use these outdoors. If you have an indoor coop, or if you got chickens on, actually inside your house, like I do, this is super messy and wasteful, and the bedding is going to get drenched. But it is kind of a cool idea for outdoor chickens. It probably would work awesome. It's cheap. The static pressure of the water keeps it from leaking, until they actually press up on the dispenser there. It's a really cool idea, but did not work for me. Here's the one I have yet to try that I have high hopes for. It is a when you mount it like this into your container, you know, if this was your container, you mount it into the side instead of the bottom like that other nipple. And same idea, static pressure keeps the seal on this little nipple until they press in on it. And then it's going to dispense a little, you know, a little stream or drops of water out here where they can get to. Spring on this one is way stronger than just this one. There's no spring in this. I think it's just this pressure alone that's keeping that sealed. This one has a slightly stiffer spring, and you can see there's a little seal in the back there. I'll give you a quick rundown here. This is what it came in a 12-pack, and they give you instructions in here too, and a drill guide. So it's basically attach that into your drill, and it adapts to this shape, and you just spin it in. Same idea as the other. You drill. They want you to drill. I think it's 11/32. Yeah, you can use 5/16, but 11/32 is preferred. You guys can pause that if you want, so you can read the full thing. But I've got high hopes for this one, even though I have a system working already. These are super cheap as well. So I think that's it for the evolution of waters. I'll go get old Black Fury here, and maybe she'll demo it for you. Hold on a second. Hi, Mama. Let's see if she'll do it. Yeah, she likes it dispensed for her. I probably should have let her do it herself, but she knows how to run it. But she does appreciate, you know, when you run a little bit out for her, it's easier to get a full drink. Let's see if she actually pushes down on it. I don't think she... I think I need to dry it out. But anyway, you guys get the idea. She's kind of bumping it there. So as you bump it, you can see the level's going to go up. Let me know if this helps you guys out at all. It's taken quite a few products for me to get to what I want, but if you don't have very many chickens and you're concerned about the standing water problem that I talked about with this, these cups are gonna do you just fine, I think. Mama's wondering why she come out here for this silly thing. Where's the food at, huh? Yeah. All right, that's it, guys. Throw me some comments if you have, if this helped you, or if you have any ideas that I should try, and I'll catch you on the next video. See you guys.